turn over to the agenda. I'm going to provide a perspective on the state of the market, both from what we're seeing from our customers in industry, as well as what we're seeing from a vendor point of view. I'm going to turn it over to Greg, and what Greg's going to first spend a lot of time on is, as we've been assisting organizations through renegotiation of their infrastructure, application management, and the run side of these service agreements, we've had an opportunity to reflect on the contracting strategies, the commercial practices of the vendors, as well as the agreements that folks have entered into in the past. And as we're resetting that, we've reflected very heavily on areas of those experiences that we think require improvement. So Greg's going to go deep in reflecting on those particular areas. And then we're going to bring to life the case studies and the experiences that we've had in very recent engagements where we're trying to reset for that next generation of agreements for the next, that 3 to 5 to 10 year even period of time that you're contemplating as you're reevaluating the future of your business with your particular service providers. So that's our agenda for today.
Thank you, Len. And as we talked about before, what we're going to do today is unlock your ability to share in the savings associated with what your service providers are doing through the terms of your agreement. Let's first look at the overarching approach and tactics that your providers are pushing on you in their engagement. They're pushing on you, their value proposition, but they're clearly positioning themselves foundationally to be in a position to be able to establish an agreement and a framework where, as you grow, they can increase their margins. And we'll talk more about how they drive into a contracting structure where it forces that increment to be associated with incremental costs and how it drives them on that side to increase their revenue. But we'll also drive and double tap in on the inverse of that to show how they're taking their, their core elements of productivity and driving down only partway into what they're committing to in productivity year over year, and preserving for themselves the opportunity behind the scenes to continue over the term to increase their margin on that base unit of spend. And so, as you can see from this, and I'm sure you know from experience, the providers are bringing to bear many levers in which they can promote to you the value of their services and their ability to support your environments in a much more cost-effective way than what you have if you're doing it internally. And the drivers and the levers that they're pulling here, most of which are known to you and exposed to you up front in your agreements prior to contracting. And that is the value of their centers of excellence, their best practices, and their standardized processes.